Good morning, my dear students. Myself, Kausar Momin, 8th Standard Subject Science, Chapter number 8 Pollution. In the last lecture, we studied up to man made and natural reasons for pollution. Today, we are going to discuss about their sources, like where it comes. So, let's go ahead with this table. Very interesting table. Lot of things are there to learn through this table. So in this table we are going to discuss about air pollutants, source, and what type of effects are getting from the same. Very first air pollutant is sulfur dioxide. The chemical formula for sulfur dioxide is SO2. This is releasing from factories where coal and mineral oil used as a fuel. This is the source for sulfur dioxide. Through this, air pollution gets increases. So, what type of effects comes through this? So, irritation of eyes, respiratory tract, excess mucus, cough, breathe. For breathing and all, lot of problems are happening due to this sulfur dioxide. It is releases from factories where coal and mineral oil used as a fuel. Next is carbon monoxide. Chemical formula for carbon monoxide is CO. This is releases from vehicular and industrial smoke. Vehicular and industrial smoke means vehicles and industries. And effects is lowered O2 carrying capacity of blood. So due to this effect will be O2 is getting lowered through the blood circulation. Okay. Next is oxides of nitrogen. This is also releases from vehicular smoke. Likewise, vehicles. Effect is irritation of respiratory tract and lungs. It will affect on respiratory tract. Next is particulate matter. It is releases from vehicular and industrial smoke. Again, it affects is respiratory diseases. Lot of diseases are there through that. It will affect on respiratory tract. Next is dust. It is releases from vehicular and industrial smoke. And effect is silicosis. Silicosis means what? Silicosis means industrial lungs diseases. It's a part of lungs disease and it will affect on lungs, industrial lungs diseases. Okay, due to this, a lot of people are having problems with their lungs. Next is pesticides. All of you know about pesticides. It will be source for the same is production and uses of pesticide. And effect is mental weakness due to prolonged exposure. Next is methane. Methane is industrial leakage is the source for the same. And effect is poisoning skin, cancer, asthma, respiratory diseases. So please note down this table in your notebook. Definitely we will ask you this type of question for 1 mark. We will give you the pollutant and we will ask you what type of effects comes through this. Or otherwise we will give you the source and we will ask you what type of effects will be there. Okay, so these types questions are there. Just note down this table in your book. Next is effects of air pollution on plants and animals. Before this we have seen effects on humans. Now, is there any effect of air pollution comes on plants or animals? So answer is yes. Now how the effect will falls on the plants. So first of all, we will go ahead with the plants. Stomata gets closed means, stomata means there is a opening, small openings are there in plants branches like Wesley, stems and all. So these openings are getting closed. Okay, slowing down rate of photosynthesis. The process is there for the photosynthesis to make a food in the plants, that is getting slowing down. Okay, growth is related, sorry, growth is retarded. Whatever the growth is there, that gets stopped somewhere, and leaves falls off, become yellow. Next is air pollution falls on the air pollution effect comes on the animals. And how? Point number one is respiration is adversely affected. Their respiration is going to get affected, and with the animals also irritation of eyes is there. So these are the points, that means we can say air pollution affects on plants and animals also. So here are the points, just go through these points, make this chart in your notebook, how air pollution affects on animals as well as plants. Now we will go ahead with effects of air pollution on plants and animals. First topic is depletion in ozone layer. Earlier we have studied that ozone layer is present below stratosphere. Stratosphere is the level of atmosphere. Okay, so we have studied that ozone layer is present below the stratosphere at the height of 48 kilometers from the Earth's surface. It protects the living world of the Earth from ultraviolet rays. It protects the living world from ultraviolet rays radiating from the sun. From sun, ultraviolet rays coming, and from that we are getting, it will affect on us, and through this ozone layer they will not come directly on you, they will not falls on the direct living things on the earth. So we can say, however, nowadays ozone layer is getting depleted due to the following reasons. Now this ozone layer is getting depleted, and what are the reasons for the same? So reasons, first reason is greenhouse effect and global warming. The first reason, through this do this CO2 means carbon dioxide is present in very less quantity in atmosphere. It plays very important roles for absorption of solar heat. Over the last 100 years, proportion of CO2 has been increased due to industrialization. The CO2 is getting increases due to industrialization. Effects of the CO2 on the Earth's temperature is nothing but greenhouse effect. Similarly to CO2, nitrous oxide, methane and CFC also trap the heat. Collectively, these are called greenhouse gases. We can say that global temperature is gradually increasing due to greenhouse effects. Due to this, atmosphere is changing, causing disturbance in agricultural distribution of wild animals, icebergs and glaciers are melting, causing increases in sea level. So all these things affects on our balance of our environment. Likewise, due to global temperature, lot of greenhouse effects increases over there, and due to that atmosphere is getting changing anywhere anytime, like a lot of raining is there. So causing of this disturbance, agriculture, it affects on agriculture yield, and it will distribute the wild animals. Okay, so icebergs and glaciers are melting, causing due to the increases in sea level. Okay, so here is the diagram for the same. Have you heard about acid rain? So obviously you may have heard about it. Here is the diagram for the acid rain is given. You can observe here burning fuels. Through the burning fuels, lot of things getting releases like SO2, NO2 and CO2, and from these oxides are creating, and this is going to get converted into acid, and through the rain it will fall down, and acid rain is going to get creating over there. Okay, so the all due to this acid rain, uh, the damage of animals, we can say damage of animals and plants. Obviously if it is that is, it will affect on the animals as well as plants, because they can't protect themselves. So here is the description for the same. Oxides of sulfur and nitrogen are released into atmosphere. Okay, and through burning of coal, timber, fuel, oils. Those oxides mix with rainwater. These oxides gets mixed with the rainwater and forms acid like sulfuric acid, nitric acids, nitrous acid, etc. These acids mix with raindrops and snowflakes and come down as rain, called as acid rain, and it will damage the animals as well as plants. So what type effects of acid rain? So first is acidity of soil and water bodies increases due to acid rain. It harms the aquatic organisms, plants and entire forest life. Total ecosystems are adversely affected. Point number 2, erosion of buildings, bursts, historical monuments, bridges, metal, idols, wire fences, etc. occurs due to acid rains. Third one is heavy metals like mercury and cadmium are absorbed by plants and thereby enter the food chain indirectly due to the acid rain. Point number 4, due to acidification of water in water bodies and pipes, leakage, like we can say leaching of metal and plastic material occur in water and thereby